Research is important both in scientific and non-scientific fields. In our life, new problems, events, phenomena, and processes occur every day. Practically implementable solutions and suggestions are required for tackling new problems that arises. Scientists have to undertake research on them and find their causes, solution, explanations, and applications. The research is broadly classified into two main classes: fundamental or basic research, and number two is applied research. Basic and applied researches are generally of two kinds: normal research and revolutionary research. In any particular field, normal research is performed in accordance with a set of rules, concepts, and procedures called a paradigm, which is well accepted by the scientists working in that field. In addition, the basic and applied researches can be quantitative or qualitative or even both, which we call the mixed research method. So, number one, fundamental or basic research. What is that? Basic research is an investigation on basic principles and reasons for occurrence on a particular event or process or phenomena. It is also called theoretical research. A study or investigation of some natural phenomena or relating to pure science are termed as basic research. Basic researches sometimes may not lead to immediate use or applications, but it is not concerned with solving any practical problems of immediate interest. But it is original or basic in character. It provides a systematic and deep insight into a problem and facilitate extraction of scientific and logical explanation and conclusion on it. It helps build new frontiers of knowledge. The outcomes of basic research form the basis for many applied research. Basic research seeks generalization, aims at basic processes, attempts to explain why things happen, tries to get all the facts out, reports in technical language of the topic. Whereas the applied research that solve certain problems employing well-known and accepted theories and principles. Most of the experimental research, case studies, and interdisciplinary research are essentially applied research. Applied research is helpful for basic research. It is such the outcome of which has immediate implication is also termed as applied research. Such a research is of practical use to current activity. Applied research sometimes studies in individual or specific cases without the objective to generalize, or sometimes aims at any variable which makes the desired difference. What I'm trying to say is how things can be changed. It is the applied research. And applied research also tries to correct the facts which are problematic. Reports in common language, basic and applied research, further divided into three types of research bearing some characteristics, features which we can understand and discuss. For example, quantitative research. Quantitative research is a numerical, non-descriptive, applied statistic or mathematics and uses numbers. It is an iterative process whereby evidence is evaluated. The results are often presented in tables and graphs. It is conclusive. It is investigated the what, where, and when of decision-making process starts, or that can be started. Whereas the qualitative research is a non-numerical, descriptive, applies reasoning and uses words. Its aim is to get the meaning, feeling, and describe these situations. Qualitative data cannot be grabbed. It is exploratory. It investigates the why and how of a decision making. Whereas the mixed research, this involves the mixing of a quantitative and qualitative methods or a paradigm characteristics. Nature of data is mixture of variables, words and images and other types of different variables. However, we can find the many other types of the research also. There is exploratory research, which might involve a literature research, search or conducting focus group interviews, the exploration of a new phenomenon. In this way, may help the researcher's need for a better understanding. May test the feasibility of a more extensive study or determine the best methods to be used in a subsequent study. For these reasons, exploratory research is broad in focus and rarely provides definite answer to specific research issues. The objective of exploratory research is to identify key issues and key variables. Descriptive research is directed towards studying what and how many of this what. Thus, it is directed towards answering questions such as what is this? Exploratory research is basically looking for the matter's characteristics. Its primary goal is to understand or to explain relationships. It uses correlation to study relationships between the dimensions or characteristics of individuals, groups, situations, or events. Explanatory research explains how the parts of a phenomena are related to each other. This is explanatory. Explanatory research also asks the why question. Longitudinal research, in the other hand, very important, longitudinal research carried out longitudinally involves data collection at multiple points in time. Longitudinal studies may take the form of trend and study looks at population characteristics over time. For example, organizational absenteeism rates during the course of a year. Cohort study traces a subpopulation over a time. This is called cohort studies. Or you can check out the absenteeism rates for the sale department, or the panel study traces the same sample over a time, graduate career tracks over the period of 1990 to 2000 or 2000 to 2010 for the same starting cohort. While longitudinal studies will often be more time consuming and expensive than cross-sectional studies, they are more likely to identify causal relationships between variables of cross-sectional research. One-shot or cross-sectional studies are those in which data is gathered once during a period of days, weeks, or months. Many cross-sectional studies are exploratory or descriptive in purpose. They are designed to take a look at how things are now without any sense of whether there is a history or trend at work. Further, action research, this is basically the fact findings to improve the quality of action in social world. Policy-oriented research, another type of the research. So policy-oriented research employing reports, employing this type of research focus on the question, how can problem X be solved or prevented? Whereas the classification research is another part of research, aims at categorization of the units into groups to demonstrate differences, to explain relationships. Whereas another type of the research which is called comparative research, to identify similarities and differences between units at all levels. Causal research, it definitely aims at establishing the cause and effect relationship among different variables. Another type of research is theory testing research. Theory testing research aims at testing validity of a unit, theory building, sort of a research where you establish a formulated theory, and it is needless to say that scientific research helps us in many ways. So these are some sort of a scientific research. Whereas a research problem refers to a difficulty which a researcher or a scientific community or an industry or a government organization or a society experiences. It may be theoretical or practical. Both situations it works. It calls for a thorough understanding and possible solution. Whereas research provides basis for many government policies and organization policies, for example, research on the needs and desires of the people and on the availability of revenues to meet the needs helps a government to prepare a budget. Very obvious. It is the foundation of a knowledge and provide guidelines for solving the problems. Only thorough research inventions can be made. For example, new and novel phenomena and processes such as superconductivity and cloning have been discovered only by the way of thorough research. It is important in industry and business for higher gain and productivity and to improve the quality of products. Basically, research leads to a new style of life and makes it delightful and glorious. Research leads to the identification and characterization of new materials, new living things, new cosmos, new stars, etc. Whatever you can call. Mathematical and logical research on business and industry optimizes the problem in them. whereas the social research helps find answer to social problems. They explain social phenomena and seek solutions to social problems. So this is the very short information and introduction of the different sort of research, and we as a student or as a researcher or a scholar of the PhD, or if we are writing the thesis, I believe that this small clip will help you a lot. Thank you very much.